Muy contentos de recibir ahora aquí en ESPN a Juju Smith-Schuster. Varios años ya en la NFL, lo conocen muy bien ustedes con los Pittsburgh Steelers, campeón con los Kansas City Chiefs, hoy con los New England Patriots, muy conocido gamer también, y de eso vamos a hablar en un segundo. Juju, good to talk to you. Thank you for your time. I was just going through your resume. Can you believe that it's been all this long in the NFL? I just thought about it, and I was like, I remember your college days, and then we were drafted by the Steelers. Can you believe how far along that looks like? Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Nah, man, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. To be honest, no, every time I look back, it felt like it was just yesterday I was being drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I think over my time and career being in the NFL, a lot of the new guys that get drafted, a lot of young guys remind me how old I'm getting. So it's been a fun process.
You're not old, man. Trust me. And you're young in spirit. We'll talk about it just a second about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. I know you're a big gamer, and I know you are big in the Call of Duty world. But first of all, let's talk about the season for you with the Patriots. It was obviously a big change, and it's not been the great results. But how would you assess the season so far for you guys?
Honestly, it's been a roller coaster. It's been ups and downs. It's been a lot of self-inflicted wounds of us hurting ourselves and stopping us from winning. But at the same time, I have so much trust and belief in our team and our coaches to get the job done. We're just halfway done with the season, so we have 8 more games, to keep going and keep playing hard.
You've played for Hall of Fame coaches in the NFL. Yeah. You had Coach D, obviously Andy Reid, and now maybe the best, if not one of the best head coaches in history in Bill Belichick. What would you say is the main difference among them?
To be honest, they're obviously their personality. I mean, you got different guys like Mike Tomlin, and you have a guy like Andy Reid, and you have a guy like Bill Belichick. But when it comes to building and winning championship team, they all speak the same language. And I was fortunate to be with Mike Tomlin. The way he may be preaching it is, not the way other coaches may be, but it's still directed to the same goals, and that's going in to win games.
What's the biggest thing you've learned so far from Coach Belichick?
Honestly, a team. It takes all 11 guys. It's not no individual. For us to win, we have to play complementary football. And that means offense has to do their job, defense has to do their job, and obviously, of course, special teams. And that creates a winning organization.
The NFL seems to be evolving, changing year after year, and that happens as well for players. How would you describe yourself right now as a player if you compare to the guy you were, even in your college days or your first years in Pittsburgh?
I would say I'm very much the same. Obviously when you get older, you deal with injuries, along the ways. But other than that, man, still being myself, having a good time, having fun. I felt like I was called to be here, on this team and to be a part of something very special. So we just gotta keep working, man. Just keep chopping ahead and just gotta keep faith.
I'm sure you were aware in your Pittsburgh Steelers years of how big the team is among Latin American fans, especially in Mexico. What do you remember about that, and how do you feel about the growth of the NFL in other countries, specifically in Mexico?
Yeah, no, I mean, you talk about, worldwide games, NFL is being played all over. Just next week or this week, I'm flying to go play in Germany, but, huge fan base. You talk about Pittsburgh Steelers, and I used to hear stories, of all like the Steeler bars in Mexico and how the fans would go out there and support and rave, and it's so big. And I realized that my first 5 years playing there, how big the fan base was and how big it is and how huge it is in other countries. And I'm honestly, when I did have a time to go to Mexico to do the camps, it was unreal. It's second to none, man. You guys are worldwide. You guys support us. Some day one fans.
As a Steeler fan, I gotta say it's been a privilege to follow the team and your career for a long time. Let's talk about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. how is the game evolving? How would you describe the fans? How this game hits different?
Man, dude, Modern Warfare 3 is it's one of those games, Call of Duty's generational games where it's changing, the world. As the fans, you see so many people are getting on it, playing on it. I think the biggest thing that's huge for me is that they're bringing back the old maps, like Terminal, like East State, like Rust, High Rise, and it's just so fun. In my days of playing Call of Duty, when I was drafted by the Steelers, one of my first things I did was as a deal was work with Call of Duty, and over a period of time, I play Call of Duty with my teammates. You build that connection, that chemistry. I would say that it helped me win the Super Bowl last year. Playing video games with my teammates and getting to do that, and I'm just excited, man. This is one of those games that it always comes around my birthday, so I was always a good kid in November, so I can play this game. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to get after it.
Hey, just one last question, and again, thank you so much for your time. The rest of the season for the Patriots, how do you guys make this better? How do you keep developing that chemistry with your quarterback, with your coaches, with the rest of the team to find better results?
I mean, at this point, man, we're backed into the corner. We don't have the best record, but all we can see, it's only up from here. And then that's a positive part, is that everyone in our team, in our locker room, in our facility, we still have so much belief. A lot of the games that we did lose were self-inflicted wounds of us hurting ourselves for not finishing the drive, and I think we have so much growth, and it shows in practice. So I'm not worried at all, man. I mean, I love our guys. We have a great group of guys. So, like I said, you just got to keep going out there, keep putting on, good practice, and translate that to the football games.
Well, Juju, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you so much for taking the time. Stay healthy, and best of luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Es Juju Smith-Schuster con nosotros aquí en ESPN Deportes.